What's up, guys? Sub-Zeric here, back for another VOD review. Today, doing another VOD review of somebody's actual stream itself. Also, this Monopoly Go sponsorship is not my own. Don't scan and, I mean, you can scan and support Dishsoap, but don't think that I'm shilling for myself. That's literally Dishsoap's link. So I guess if you want to support Dishsoap, go check them out. I mean, I'm, using his VOD as a VOD review. So, I mean, honestly, go support him if you want to. But yeah, we're VOD reviewing Dishsoap today. He is sitting rank 3 North America right now. Actually, just popping off on stream. He's a 2.8 right here. You want to jump up on my lap, Luna Cat? Come on. She's sitting on my... Yeah, there she is. All right. Well, we got to swap to the Luna Cam then. It's just that easy. Oh, look at her. She's been acting crazy today. So look, you got the Luna Cam for a little while. In any case, yeah, I mean, Dishsoap, he's been beasting it up on the stream, been playing good TFT, and he played a comp that I really want to talk about today. You're too crazy, Luna. You're too crazy. So, gonna start the game off with a lot of pretty mediocre augments, honestly. Not really interested in taking things. Well, you know, Dishsoap, if he was adventurous, he would take the Vander augment, but without a Vander, I think we're probably not going to do that. So he just opts to take the replication here, looking for something like a tier to play into AP. Doesn't actually get it. Also, Luna immediately ran away. She's not happy being in one place right now. She just wants to be crazy. We're gonna take the belt. I mean, I think his other options were pretty bad, so I do think belt was kind of almost necessary. Like, what are you gonna take here? Glove, make a bunch of TGs, bow, and do some like red buff stuff. I think belt here is pretty nice. Lets you build into like a Warmogs, plus eventually something else. I don't know what other belt. Maybe Warmogs Guardbreaker could be our setup here. Also, this is a pretty interesting level. Yeah, Guardbreaker, Spark are two very reasonable slams in this spot. And yeah, this is just going to be our board in this spot. A little almost sketchy of a board, I would say, playing the double Lux here. Yeah, I'm actually, I would say, pretty surprised by this level. I mean, Swain's a great unit early, and TF's a pretty strong unit as well. But I gotta say, I'm a little bit surprised that we opted to level in this spot on this board. But I mean, I guess just preserving HP is the name of the game for Dishsoap here. And, you know, maybe with the power of Swain, we can actually win some more of these fights. Obviously, double slam puts us quite strong. And that's another nice thing about this replication, is that it's going to give us, you know, so many more slams than we normally have. Where is... Okay, she's over there. She's messing around. I didn't know if she wanted to leave my room or not. But I mean, yeah, the Lux too also makes the board a lot better. And, you know, we started the game off with Swain and a Lux 2 and some pretty solid AP items. I think our direction is very straightforward in this spot. We are likely to end up playing around Sorcerers here. The Sorcerer line has, I don't know, it's gone through so many kind of like variations of people's opinions on it. Also, this is actually going to be kind of a crazy play from Dishsoap if we opt to do this. Yeah, wow. He's opting out of making 10 here, because we could very easily make 10 in this spot, but he'd rather hold on to these strong Enforcer units and say, you know what, if I find a Twisted Fate 2 that actually, like, maybe he would actually play Enforcers from this spot, which is, you know, it seems a little crazy. Think about it. Yeah, this is such a wild opener, actually, because I would say, like, looking at it, what you want to... No, you don't want to come back on my lap, you just want to run around my legs. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, like, look at this spot. I would say it looks pretty horrible. We haven't made 10 yet. We're mixed streak. Our augment is like fine, but yeah, I'm actually pretty surprised that Dishsoap leaned so hard into win streaking here. I mean, I don't want to say it's a mistake, because, you know, Dishsoap can never be wrong, but like, it almost looks like a mistake here. And now the second that we actually pick up this Force Sorc setup, we pick up the Vladimir, we can do this very, very common level 5 board in this setup with Force Sorc plus the Darius, because he activates Conquer and Watcher. Okay, you want to jump back up on my lap, Luna Cat? So you were such a weird little dude. But yeah, I mean, this is a very, very common board, and this also allows us to make 10 gold so long as we win the fight and hold on to the Swain pair. So the spot now with Swain pair is actually looking a lot better. I do feel like, I don't know, after playing this comp a bit, after watching a lot of people play this comp a bit, I do feel like one of the keys to this comp is actually having enough frontline. I played a game on Sorc the other day where I hit a Nami 2 really early, but I just never found a Darius 2, and I just couldn't win a single fight, because, I mean, if you don't have enough frontline, you die. And so you need just enough frontline to get you there. This is a very, like, burst-oriented comp. Also, the Gunblade Slam is kind of crazy looking back at this as well. He just decided to, I mean, he needed the rod on the Swain, and so he said, you know what, I'm just gonna make Gunblade and play tempo. I mean, I think Dishsoap also is playing very straightforward from the idea that, like, this is Sorks is a tempo comp, right? You never really full loss streak into Sorks and then just like really hard like win out. It's very different from something like a Scrap. You really want to tempo this comp just because I mean, ideally you make it to the LeBlanc, and you can't really make it to LeBlanc by rolling it down on 8. I mean, maybe if you're a high roller, but most people cannot do that if they're not high rollers. I mean, we have the full Sunfire here if we want to make it. Yeah, the item's starting to look fantastic, and then Bow can be some kind of like attack speed item, and attack speed is mana generation. So yeah, and we're also triple damage, triple tank here. And ooh, yeah, this is going to be the call from Dishsoap to actually move these items over. Yeah, I think this is sweet. Swain really falls off a cliff as far as the tank. Early game, he's great, but as you get further in this game, you really just can't support Swain being a tank. Now, I'm actually pretty interested in this selection of units. Dishsoap is making the call that Darius is tankier than Vladimir, and I mean, I've seen these units interact before. I would not put it past. I think this is pretty reasonable. Portable Crown Guard. I mean, I just don't like Crown Guarded very much. I don't like Portable either that much in this spot when we actually have this many items. I mean, I do think it could be a heroic grab bag here, and then we commit to the reroll variant of the comp because there are a couple different. I mean, Blazing Soul not bad as well, but yeah, we are going to go heroic grab bag here. And just one, this kind of helps us figure out our econ situation, and two, we can do this. And ooh, look at that! Yeah, the one dupe here is perfect, right? It's I'm gonna jump up on that. There she is. There she is. All right, back to Luna Cam. The Luna Cam part 2. But yeah, like this is a comp that you can play multiple ways, right? You can play Fast 8 variant and play around stuff like Zoe and getting to LeBlanc. You can play Reroll variant where you're playing more around this like Swain 3, usually as a damage dealer. You don't see him much as a tank. These days, it just feels like the damage version is so much stronger, and you get so much, solid tank stats playing stuff like Garen later with like 4 Emissary oftentimes. So like you're usually fine, especially when you fit like random stuff like Elise in as well. Like you'll have enough frontline as long as you get to those solid 4 costs. So yeah, but yeah, I mean the spot actually after the dupe pretty cool. I mean I love to see heroic grab bag just because I hate this augment, and so every time I see somebody take it, I'm always like, ooh, heroic grab bag, just because every time I see it, I'm just like, heroic grab bag. I mean, there's a Nami with a belt there that could be both Nashers and a Nami. Seems really nice. No 6 Sork yet, but could just fit this in on the board as just another strong sorcerer to play around. We'd have to just cut the Tristana for her. And yeah, gonna play the double Nami here. I think this makes perfect sense. 25 gold, not bad in our spot as well. Does allow us to early level here. And ooh, look at that. I mean, we had enough gold to roll a little bit on 7, and Dishsoap makes the call here. And yeah, I think the Nasher Slam is very appropriate in this spot. But yeah, a lot to roll for here. We're Nami paired, and we have the option to hit 6 Sork. So great roll from Dishsoap just to say, yeah, like I need to... like the value of rolling is quite high. This is something I've been doing so much coaching recently, and people are asking me, I see people roll in really weird spots, and people are like, well, why do you, how do you know to roll? And I mean, this is a spot where the value of rolling is quite high, right? You have 2 Namis, you have Nami paired up, so hitting Nami 2 is really valuable. I guess you have Zyra pair, not the biggest thing to hit, but it's something. And you have the Zoe to hit. These are all really big things to hit. And also, we want to do a lot of rolling on 7 anyway, because we want to, I mean, we're going to play the reroll version. We're going to play around Swain 3 as our main carry, maybe Nami 3 as a secondary carry, and yeah, I mean, we're just going to play around this board for a while until eventually we can start pushing levels. So we'll see. But I mean, the spot looks great. We have a win streak here. This is, once again, I said, like very tempo oriented comp. You really don't want to be stuck like trying to play this comp from loss streak. And Dishsoap's in a spot here where he's win streaking now, 84 HP. His early game looked a little scuffed, but he got there, or he's in the process of getting there. What was in that golden orb? Am I crazy? Well, I didn't even see anything pop out of it. Was it like, what was that? What did we just get? I don't even see it. What? Am I losing my mind? Golden orb here? Looks like there was a Poro in it. There was like a tier in it. Someone's gonna tell me, and I'm gonna feel like a fool. But what did he actually get out of that golden orb? Huh? Like, there's not like orbs with XP in them or something like that I'm missing. Like, what was that? Ooh, this is an interesting call as well from Dishsoap to say, I want to hit the Swain 3, but I mean, my board spikes so hard at 8 that I'm gonna go for this. I mean, wow, okay. I mean, he picks up the GP here. And this is going to be the spot for now. Kind of interesting. I mean, as far as spiking on 8, so just like talking about, you know, the version of the board itself. Like, if you want to get 4 Emissary in, obviously you have to cut 3 units. On the previous version of the board, like, you can on 7 play 4 Sorc for Emissary. You know, you just have to obviously cut out of 6 Sorc. But Dishsoap prefers the spike. I don't know. I'm curious to see how he builds his board out on 8 if he wants to stay around 6 Sorc. The version that I've seen most people play around is the 4 Emissary version. If you're not able to get to you know, as something else. But I mean, I guess there's the big difference this patch of 6 Sorc is 6 Sorc, you know? You get this big bonus getting 6 Sorc, kind of similar to 6 Visionary. So maybe gone are the days of actually even playing around Visionary on Emissary on level 7. We have Mana Flow, which would be really, really nice for mana generation, and we have so many units to use it. Yeah, I wonder if or when Mr. Soapy here, because I mean, he's got 4 Emissary here if he wants it. If he hits Garen too, wow, he sells them off and says this is the version of the board. I mean, this is wild, but I mean, I think it makes a lot of sense. Like, I mean, are you really gonna cut 6 Sorc and lose that 6 Sorc? Why? Love me, Luna Cat. But yeah, I mean, are you gonna lose that 6 Sorc bonus? Like, I don't think so. Oh, and she does not love me. She's out of there. Well, back to me. I guess we can live with this. I'm curious to see what Dishsoap. I was gonna go pull up TFT Academy actually and see what his if he pulls up. Yeah, I mean, he has an Emissary Sorcs comp on this board that is level 8 for Emissary for Sorc plus the Elise. So definitely seems like he's open to playing that version, but you never know with TFT Academy. Sometimes it takes a little while for it to get updated. But I mean, for now, we're just playing really, really hard around the 6 Sorc. And I mean, I think with this new buff to 6 Sorc to 6 Emissary, it does just feel so good to hit that 6 trait, just get it as quickly as possible. I have talked infinite about how strong 6 Visionary is. So I mean, I could see this. I could certainly see this just being the line and how you want to play it for Mr. Soapy here in this spot. Also, the Vow Slam was kind of interesting. It's just like, it's a tank item. We're gonna take Rod here. We'll see what this ends up going towards. But yeah, I'm really curious to see the evolution of this board. We are 1 off Swain Trace here, and we have it now if we want to dupe it. I mean, there's not much else to roll for here. Obviously, we have 4 Namis, but 4 Namis is not that many Namis. So yeah, I have to imagine this is just gonna be the setup here. And also, wow, look at that. He's just given up on I mean, the idea of ever playing Emissary on this board. Another thing that a lot of people have been playing around recently is like the Black Rose variation. Obviously, you know, once you get to LeBlanc, that's really, really easy to fit. And you know, the Elise helps a lot with frontline, so that's something as well. Let's look for Anomaly here. I mean, Killstreak with Nashers with this setup. I wonder if that's just the take here. Oh, okay, we're gonna roll past it. Yeah, my one concern with Killstreak is actually that, like, this is not that high of a damage ooh, Nothing Wasted with Swain. I know this is one that people really, really, really like onto this guy. Yeah, I guess the idea, the anti-kill streak idea with Swain, actually, like, looking at this, I think this is really, really smart. And I mean, I would not be surprised if kill streak is a noob trap on this Swain unit, because I mean, what do you think about how a fight works with Swain, right? He's very often on his first cast not actually killing a lot of units. He's spreading a lot of damage here. Like, look at this. He goes very, very slowly with how he kills everything. He kills the board just kind of all at once. So kill streak actually seems pretty bad on him now, now that I think about it. Nothing Wasted, on the other hand, gives him that ability to consistently just get all that mana generation, cast a lot, and get to the end of the fight where once he's gotten a bunch of big casts, he can wipe the entire board. Swain's very all or nothing, and you know, sometimes he'll just leave the entire board low, but with something like a Nothing Wasted, I know people love Nothing Wasted on the Swain unit. There is a JG if we want to pick it up, JG Guardbreaker, though the question is, yeah, I mean, I think this is beautiful here, and then Nashers goes onto Nami. We have Mana Flow and we have Nothing Wasted, so why would we then, you know, go for a mana item onto Swain? Let's just go full damage Swain and just use Nothing Wasted to fuel the Swain to get a bunch of casts off. Gunblade will still allow him to kind of sustain and heal our team up, and wow, look at that. I mean, it's a lot of damage from Swain. We do still lose that fight, but it's a lot of damage for Mr. Swain. It's 61 HP here. We have the level 9 in our sights, looking like we're holding on to these Black Rose units. I'm really, yeah, I want to know what the level 9 version of the board is. Echo and with Scrap onto GP. I mean, it's a cute little way to get something onto this board to make it a little bit better. I don't hate it. I don't know. I'm really curious just to see what the final version of this comp is, just because there's a lot of different versions you can play. So yeah, I've even seen people play around like Rebel with like Alawi and Irelia, and just play like a little bit more Sentinel as your front line. Like there's that version, there's Black Rose version, there's Emissary version, there's all these different versions. Reminds me almost of I mean, a weird way of saying it, but Black Rose and the flexibility of Black Rose early on in the set where there are all those different versions that you can play. And I mean, I don't know. I think the advantage is by figuring out like what version people are optimizing around and like what version people think is best. And then also just flexing as well. I mean, we still have a Darius on our board. Like that Darius has got to come off at some point. And, but like, how, I guess, is the question. We'll see. I don't think the Conqueror is that big of a deal just because we're getting a lot of AP from Sorc, and obviously the AD is super fake. There is a LeBlanc with Renans on the... okay, well, now it's gone, so we got to take something like a Gargoyle or a Declaw, depending on the lobby. We're just going to take the... looks like the Declaw. Yeah, okay. We get the Declaw. If you guys don't know, if you don't pick anything, it does auto-pick you the highest cost unit, so that's how we guaranteed the Declaw. Like, that's a super... kind of flashy or maybe not flashy way of Dishsoap picking that up off carousel. He just sits there and he will always get the declaw, and there was it's 7 people alive, so he's the last person in there. But yeah, I mean, the big fear I would say for this board right now, the big problem is that our front line is ass. The big solution, the big cool thing about this spot is look at his lobby HP. Dishsoap's 48 HP. Second place, Pocky, is 25, and then Cambuli is 12. And then everyone is lower than 12 HP after Cambuli. This is just a crazy, crazy lobby HP wise. I can't believe it. And it's not even, imagine if it had been the Monkey Explodes minus 10 HP. We would be at top 4 at 5-6, and we might have 2 people alive going into stage 6. It would have been insane. But all right, I mean, still just kind of holding out on this comp, just knowing I'm 36 HP. I don't need to like roll it down here. This is another like fantastic thing that a lot of really good players do, is say like, I can econ up to 50 gold here, and now I can actually roll. Pretty surprised that he's rolling on this round though, on 5-7, just like because I guess he knows that there's a lot of different variants of this comp, and so he wants to just keep himself open to all the different ways. But looks like he's really just not interested in Emissary at all. Gonna roll down, pick up a LeBlanc here. So yeah, it looks like he is all in on this Black Rose version of the board. Still this Darius here. Okay, finally gonna come out, gonna get a Jason on this board. Pick up a Victor here, but look at this. No Victor, no problem. Also, yeah, I mean, look at this. The pivot into Black Rose for Form Swapper setup. I mean, I love this. I think this makes perfect sense. We also pick up a LeBlanc item here. I mean, this is great. You know, we're playing around Swain as our primary carry, so why shouldn't we, on level 9, roll down, play for Form Swapper 6 Sorc? I mean, this board looks beautiful. Yeah, it fits nicely. It fits Black Rose in as well, which is really, really cool. And I mean, with the LeBlanc too, this is surely enough damage, so he's going to use the frontline Jace. Yeah, our frontline is still a little depressing. Our tankiest unit is this Elise 1 right now, and this Jace 1 is just going to get eaten for breakfast. But we do have enough damage, and you know, with like LeBlanc 2 and the Swain 3, that I think we should be okay, and nothing wasted. You know, every unit that we have onto this board is more managed, and really close fight there actually, but we do pick it up. So one more fight potentially versus Mr. Pocky Gom, playing 6 Artillerist, 4 Sentinel, Wokch, and has this giant rel here from the from just being giant. Actually, it's Gigantify, I guess, is the anomaly here. Has to be, yeah, the Hugifier, whatever it is. Ooh, tough luck, by the way. Pocky tries to 50-50 the Zephyr there, but doesn't get it though. This fight is a little close. Oh my god. I mean, one more Swain cast and we would win that fight. There's a Black Rose path. There's also a Sorc path. There's also a Static Shiv as well, which, I mean, so I think a lot of people might be like, why would you go for a Static Shiv in this spot like this? You already have the Ionic Spark, and you know, you could take Sorcerer +1 and cut the Zyra or something. I mean, we don't really have the gold to get out of Zyra into something else, and Static Shiv is, 1, it's an item onto LeBlanc, and 2, it's the ability to shred backline. Spark can't ever do that, but Shiv can do that. Look at that, we just shredded that Tristana there, so maybe this allows us to actually burst down backline. I mean, look at that, such a close fight actually, and it's a dub for Dishsoap, and he beats Pocky. I mean, that was a fun, that was a fun game, and a cool way to show, I mean, really Dishsoap did not seem at all interested around playing around for Emissary, which is an interesting idea. I mean, I'm sure there are other people who are happy to play around. I mean, I think the Emissary version is still solid, but I was surprised by Dishsoap's anti-priority on that setup, but it makes a lot of sense when he got to, you know, push 9 and end up getting into the 4 Form Swapper. I mean, that looked beautiful. And that's what he's angling from the entire time, playing that GP and eventually, you know, pushing 9. So cool game from Dishsoap to show off some Sorcerer tech. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, as always, please like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Metafy for coaching, my Twitch for my monthly stream. I'll try to get a stream in sometime soon. I'm sorry, I've been busy. And I'll see you guys later.